The new Renault Rafale is Renault's flagship offering. The question is though, can the Rafale be flagship enough to compete against the nearly new 2024 Audi Q5 Sportback with only 500 miles on the clock? Both of these cars will set you back around £45,000 when specified in their plug-in hybrid variants. Let's find out. First thing to talk about is the styling. Obviously it's a very subjective topic, but I think the Rafale takes the win hands down. The Audi Q5 Sportback is one of the most awkward looking cars on the road. On the other hand, the Rafale looks far more exciting with nice sharp angles and an overall cohesive silhouette. Normally I wouldn't put any weighting on the styling in my final verdict, but because the Q5 is so ugly, I think it will actually affect my final verdict. Unlike the exterior, the inside of the Q5 is exceptionally classy. Build quality and material quality is top notch and the design is very neat. As for usability, the Q5 excels here too. All the buttons are logically laid out and there are physical knobs for the climate control. The digital driver's display has been an Audi speciality for the past 10 years, and in the Q5 it's no different. It's intuitive to control via the steering wheel, unlike with the Mercedes-Benz GLC, and on top of that, the definition of the screen is high, and it provides plenty of useful information. One weakness of the Q5 though is the main infotainment system. It doesn't come with a rotary controller, it's just a touchscreen, and it's a little dated and the icons are quite small. As for the Renault, interior quality is impressive, with lots of soft touch materials, but quality doesn't quite extend as far down as in the Q5. In terms of design, there's nothing too special going on, but the tricolour stitching and ambient lighting do help to lift the cabin. Simply looking at the infotainment screen provides a clear indication of which car is more modern. This is an area the Rafale sweeps ahead of the Q5, as Renault's system is class leading. The infotainment has built-in Google services like Google Maps and Google Assistant, so you don't even need to use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, even though it has it. The screen is super responsive, and although it's a touchscreen, the fact it's super large, tilted towards the driver, and the menus are made intuitive, mean the whole system is a breeze to use. At the bottom of the screen, there are also physical toggles for the climate control, which is handy. One complaint for both cars though is that rear visibility is poor. The two cars are well equipped, but the Renault adds a couple more nice additions such as a panoramic glass roof. The superior infotainment in the Renault ultimately gives the Renault the win in this category, but it is quite narrow. The caveat to buying a coupe SUV rather than a regular boxy one comes down to practicality. Fortunately, both cars have managed to overcome this challenge because space in the back is impressive in the pair of them. There's plenty of headroom and plenty of knee room. Both cars offer 40-20-40 folding seats, and the Rafale has 539 litres of space in the boot, while the Q5 Sportback makes do with 455 litres. Both cars have a lot more space if you opt for the non-plug-in hybrid variants though. Of course, space in the front is more than enough in both cars. The Rafale narrowly takes the win in this category thanks to its larger boot. When Audi launched the Q5 in 2017, they were in full knowledge that the car would be a big hit, and that explains why the Q5 is simply a well-engineered car to suit everyone's needs. The Q5 has plenty of grip in the corners, very minimal body lean, and on top of that, the steering is precise. Around town, the cars are generally forgiving ride and light steering. At higher speeds, the car is well insulated, creating very little road or wind noise. The ride on the S-Line trim may be a little stiff depending on what you want from a family SUV, but it's not a deal breaker. The Rafale doesn't do quite as good of a job when it comes to ride and handling. There's some body lean, and the steering isn't quite as confidence inspiring. On the plus side, there's lots of grip though. The ride, much like the Audis, is on the firm side and nowhere near as cassetting as that of the Citroën C5X. In town, the four-wheel steering is great at making manoeuvres effortless, and at higher speeds refinement is good as well, making longer journeys very easy. The Audi takes the win confidently in this category though, because it's simply a better all-rounder to drive. Let's take a look at the power plants. For this video, we're looking at the two plug-in hybrid options. The Audi system combines a 2 litre 4-cylinder with electric motors to do 0 to 60 in 6.1 seconds. Overall, this plug-in hybrid is okay. There's slight hesitation in this variant when you put your foot down for the gearbox and the electric motors to work out what they need to do, and the all-electric range is adequate at 38 miles. I think the diesel is definitely a better choice, but for the purposes of this comparison, we're looking at the plug-in hybrid. The Renault uses a plug-in hybrid setup which is bespoke to the Rafale. It combines a 1.2 litre engine with 3 electric motors and somehow produces an impressive 296 horsepower. 0 to 60 is slightly down on the Q5 at 6.4 seconds though. The all-electric range is far more impressive at 65 miles, and overall, Renault's system is far better integrated and smoother than that in the Audi. A convincing win for the Rafale in this category then. Final thing to mention are the running costs. In plug-in hybrids it's really hard to put an exact figure on the MPG due to varying degrees of battery usage. Ultimately though, the Renault will prove to be the more efficient of the two. Officially, the Renault will do 565 mpg while the Audi will do 166 mpg. One other thing also going towards the Renault is a clever system which always keeps a little bit of juice left over in the battery to allow the car to operate like a normal hybrid. Renault say that even with a depleted battery you can still achieve almost 50 mpg, which is very impressive. Many owners of plug-in hybrids are company car owners. The benefit in kind tax rate for the Rafale is 8% compared to 12% on the Q5 when it was new. Both cars are predicted to lose their value very slowly, but the Audi is likely to lose even less value in the next 5 years or so. In terms of warranty and reliability, the Audi offers a warranty of 3 years and 60,000 miles, which is pretty standard, while the Renault ups that to 5 years and 100,000 miles. Audi sits in position 24 of 31 on the What Car Reliability Survey, while Renault comes in at an impressive 9 out of 31. However, on CarWow's findings from 32 manufacturers, Audi and Renault sit 27th and 28th respectively. Overall, the Renault takes the win for me. It's got a better powertrain, a more up-to-date interior, and also looks a lot better. The Audi remains a solid choice, but I think it's showing its age when it comes to technology and powertrains. When you combine the fact that we can also get some great discounts on the Rafale, such as £6,500 off the top spec, I can't pronounce it, Atelier Alpine model, I think it definitely makes the more sense.